everyone. What is it? It's September 22nd, 2019, the first full day of winter. Yay! Why am I happy because it's winter? Because yesterday, the 21st, was the winter solstice, meaning the day of the shortest day and the longest night, which means from now on, the days are getting longer and the nights are getting shorter. What about you guys in the UK? Are you happy that we're finally now reversing the trend on the sine curve, going down, shorter nights, longer days? Hey, Jason. Not doing well? Thank you, but my brain is not so much. Well, join the club. That's why we're all here. Jason, Pamela, Merry Christmas. That's right. I think my depression is soon over. Wow, that's cool. So yes, it's 3 days before Christmas. Yip-de-doo. How many of you, oh, look at this. Don't knock the camera, Doug. How many of you have seen or read the book, The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens? How many of you seen the movie with Dan Stevens about how the Christmas Carol came to be written? He did it because he was broke. He needed the money, and he self-published the first edition. What an amazing story. How many of you seen the movie with Alistair Sim? Raise your hand. All right. Mind Warriors from Abdullah. Gray Asar, haven't heard from you yet. Taco Platter, of course. Catherine, Jason. No video chat. Why, can't you hear me? I'm here. 25 people are watching. Robert Senkins, hey, I used your GLAAD acronym on my video yesterday. Speaking of which, yesterday, December 21st, the winter solstice, I hit 50,000 subscribers. 50,000, which means at this rate, by this time in 2022, we'll have 100,000. 100,000, or 10 to the what power? Where's the math teacher here? Is it, who's the guy who I like who's the math teacher? I forget his name. Anyway, he teaches math even though he's going through a horrible depression. Thank you, Taco Platter, as always, from Canada. Appreciate your donation. Who? Anthony Olson. Yes, good memory, Doug. Anthony Olson, the math teacher. Okay, 100,000 is 10 to what power for a free chart. Healing from depression. Boost your psychological immune system. 100,000 is 10 raised to what power? I'm waiting for your answers, all you mathematicians out there. I taught math for 40 years. I hope I know. Nice to see you, Jane Delaney. Haven't heard from you. Man of Steel. I think I heard you once. Susan Jones, of course, from Virginia. Antisocial Princess. What if you feel depressed at Christmas? Join the club. It's always been hard for me. One, I wasn't raised with Christmas. Two, I live on the West Coast. My family was all on the East Coast. They're dead now, except for my brother. There was no family and warm snugglies and people from coming out of town and dinners. I felt like an orphan, and so do many people. Feeling depressed after being dumped by my ex. I live with her and her 3 kids. It was 5 months ago. She's 39, and now with my 23-year-old, it's a tough time of the year to be from her and the kids. You bet it, believe it, it's tough. I did a video called The Number One Cause of Depression is Loss of Love, and you're feeling it. But time heals all wounds, and as my father used to say, one nail drives out another. So hang in there. Go ahead and get as much social support from you can, friends, family, therapist, and you'll get through this. All right, don't knock the camera, Doug. Yes, I got too enthusiastic. Alistair Sim, best version of the Christmas Carol. Good for you, Quovitus773. Someone has seen that movie besides myself. Made it in the early 50s. I'm still waiting for my answer. 10 raised to what power is 100,000? Elder Panther, hello Doug, nice seeing you. A short question, how do you prevent the fear of relapse, leading you to a relapse and depression? Greetings from Macedonia. Yes, I always wanted to go to Macedonia. A tremendous place, nice, warm. Oh, you're lonely, Neil? Well, yes, I've been there. I just did a video on how to overcome loneliness. Anyway, wow. Okay, so what you do with the fear of relapse is every time you wonder about it, you say, cancel, cancel. The future is not here yet. I'm in the present, and I'm doing what I can to take care of myself. You bring yourself into the present from the future. I have an exercise from my book, Healing from Depression, which I highly recommend that all you would get. It's called Back to the Present, and it's how to take your mind out of the future, because all fear is the fear of not being able to cope. I say in my video called, what is the name of the video? I think it's here. I'll write it down because it's a great video. the fear behind all fears and how to overcome. Okay, if anybody's played with worry, you should check out that that video. By the way, Taco Platter, someone just gave, we had a record super chat last week, over, $80, which of course in the big scheme of things is not very much money, but Catherine Goldie, thank you for your contribution of 10 pounds. Really appreciate it. So we're off to a good start. We're about 25% of the way through what we did last week. Hey, hello from Tunisia. 10 to the power of 5. You got it, James D. You get a chart. Email me, and I will send you a copy. DouglasBlock@gmail.com. James D is our math whiz of the day. You know what I'm gonna do? I got a new ritual besides telling jokes. Every week I'm gonna give a new math puzzle or question, and whoever gets it gets a free chart. Now 10 to the power of 5 is pretty easy. 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. 5 times 10 to the power of 6 is a million, of course, etc. 10 to the power of 9 is a billion. I have a story, but I'll tell it to you later. Anyway, Neil, hang in there. 50K is like a medium-sized city. That's right, Arcade Cup. Someone just contributed 10 pounds, and I bet that's Jason Clulo. I brought my friend an elephant for his room. He said, thanks. I said, don't mention it. The first joke of yours I have not gotten. Speaking of which, Billy Reed, one of our live chatters. I broke my arm in 2 places. You know what the doctor said? Stay out of those places. Isn't that funny? Let's say it again. I broke my arm in 2 places. What did the doctor tell me? Stay out of those places. Billy Reed, where are you when we need you? And someone just gave $20. I bet it's Chris Geyser. I'm going to have a feeling. It's Robert Jenkins, of course. First, congratulations on the 50K. I'm doing a bit better, though I did latch my thoughts in rough times. I know my thoughts are not me, and it is not the real me. I am going to succeed with the therapy and beating depression. Yes. And Robert Jenkins contributed this wonderful acronym. Thank you, Robert, for your generous contribution. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Jason. And thank you, Taco Platter. All of you, tremendously generous early on here. So, yesterday I posted a video based on Robert Jenkins called Why I Am Glad and How You Can Be Too. I was glad for 2 reasons. 1, we reached 50,000 subscribers, a huge milestone. And 2, GLAAD is an acronym. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, G, what am I grateful for? L, what did I learn today? A, what did I accomplish today? And D, what delighted me today? GLAD. You do that every day for 21 days, your brain will change. And Robert, you're on the 3rd or 4th day. That was given to him by his therapist. All right, let's answer some questions. My goodness. I can't stop worrying. I worry about everything. Well, go see a cognitive behavioral therapist, Fat Dragon. Also, I have 2 videos. One is called 3 Steps to Overcoming Worry. I would recommend to you. You know, if you just go to since I have about 400 videos up there, just go to the video page and type in worry. Of course, do you know how many good videos there are on worry out there in the world? Oh my God. There is so much information. There is so much help. There has never been a time in the history of humanity, a better time to be mentally ill. That's what I told my girlfriend once. There's never been a better time to be mentally ill than right now. All right. So, yes, you can overcome worry. It's a habit. And Robert, keep up the good work. Something was funny. What am I doing for the holidays? Not a whole lot. Sana Ismail from Denmark. I'm still struggling after 5 months. Like I said, I've been medicated for 4 months now. Nothing is working. I'm trying to stay alive until Christmas Eve so I can watch my daughter open her presents. Yes, you can stay alive past Christmas Eve. Look, I have a new book coming out. And one of the chapters says, well, I actually have a video called My Survival Plan for Living in Hell. And the way you do it is you live one day at a time. You just get through the day and you wait till the next day. Just stay alive one day at a time, Sana. It will get better. You've only been on a couple of medications. There's a lot more you can do. There's ECT, there's TMS. There's a lot of ways to attack depression. You have not exhausted them yet. Time is on your side because all things, okay, I have another video. My God, why am I recommending my videos? This too shall pass, son. I want you to write this on your wall. So let me tell you a story. I have a good friend named Tom. He was in my support group, then he became my accountant, then he became my good friend. He was having a chronic pinched nerve in his neck. And he was in agony for 3 weeks. He called me 3 nights ago. He said, I can't take this. I'm going to do myself in. I said, Tom, take a deep breath. Nothing is permanent. You'll figure out how to deal with this physical pain. Just tell yourself, this too shall pass. He repeated, this too shall pass. 24 hours, he called me up and said, Doug, it's a miracle. The pain is gone. I said, what'd you do? He said, well, I went to see an acupuncturist, got 2 treatments, and I did these physical therapy exercises, and evidently the muscle that was pinching the nerve got released. I said, 24 hours ago, you were ready to give up. Within 1 day, you're healed. Nothing stays the same forever. All right. Oh, don't mention the elephant in the room. Thank you, Man of Steel. God, I am. Jason, I apologize. Taco, hi Robert, we're in the same boat. Since winter hit, my intrusive thoughts are through the roof. Yes, that happens. It took me a moment to get it. Ignoring or not mentioning the elephant in the room. Haha, yes, I didn't even get it all. What's a good video, JD? 10 power 100 is Google. You're absolutely right, James D. Got it. Okay, James, did you major in math? What's a Googleplex? Okay, big shot, tell me that. Anyway, Google, of course, is how you spell it, the way he spelled it, but Google changed the spelling to G-O-O-G-L-E or something, G-E-L. Anyway, they changed the spelling. Corey Ellis, Douglas, you're quite inspiring. I struggle with motivation even when I'm not so down, but especially when it kind of, how do you keep creating? Aha. Well, what did Balzac do? Henri Balzac, come on, you guys, you French literature majors, he drank 20 cups of coffee a day. Wow, that's how to do it. I take 20 minus 19, which is 1 cup. How to do it? I keep asking higher power to use me as a channel of healing, and inspiration comes through. I don't have any control over it. I'm like a channel for this inspiration. God love all of Doug's videos. Thank you, Taco. Tell me your first name, will you? Robert Jenkins. What does he say? Not yet for me. Wife getting me a journal, and then I start. Come on, you can write it on the back of your napkin, Robert. How to stop worrying about health and get life back. That's great. Is that a thank you, 99-cent archive from Green Bay. What's the weather like in Green Bay? It must be freezing. And how are the Packers doing, the Green Bay Packers? Deb Ice, Douglas, I'm nervous about Christmas. I want to stay in bed with all my family, not with my family. TV doesn't entertain me. Playing with my nieces I find boring. What do you think I can do? This is what you do. You fear the boredom and you do it anyway. You just use an act of will to push yourself to get out. It's not good to stay in bed all day when you're depressed. Your thoughts implode. I did another video. Why am I writing down all my videos? Because they're helpful. My video is called I Would Rather Be Depressed and Walking Around than lying in bed doing nothing. I hope I spell lying right. Is that right? Anyway, I would rather be depressed and walking around than lying in bed doing nothing. You've got to get yourself out and interact with your family. You'll be glad you did afterwards. Taco, his video, did someone really donate $50, breaking our all-time record? Who was this saint? It's Christmas, I guess. It's the season of giving. Thank you. Well, I just gave somebody a bonus who worked with me as a writer, co-author, and she didn't expect it. So maybe it's just coming back to me. Wish I was in Italy. Jingle bells. Thank you. Where do you live? That's one on my bucket list. And one of the last things I do before I die is I want to go to Italy. We've talked before or chatted. Thank you. Let's give a hand to Wish I Was in Italy. What a generous donation of $50. Thank you. Hey, we should have Christmas every Sunday. All right, Rosie Bangle, nice to hear from you. Where is Lazy Eye Ranch? What did the doctor tell her invisible patient? I'm sorry, I can't see you today. Oh my God. Can you please type out the GLAAD acronym? I will, but I have to do a joke that I mentioned on my video. I went to a restaurant. Well, I didn't do this. Hold on. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? It had great food, but no atmosphere. I'll tell it again. Did you hear about the new restaurant that opened on the moon? It had great food, but no atmosphere. Okay, my second joke from my last video. It's hard to tell kleptomaniac. It's hard to tell puns to kleptomaniacs because they always take things literally. My videographer really liked those two puns. He said they were clever and they were good. Okay, GLAAD. This is what you do at the end of every day. GLAAD. The G from GLAAD is grateful. What am I grateful for today? The L is learning. What did I learn today? The A in GLAAD is accomplishment. What did I get done today? Even if it was getting out of bed, eating breakfast and going back to sleep, even if it was doing one dish. And finally, delight. What delighted me today? Well, if you're depressed, not a whole lot, but maybe, I know, you saw a bird you liked and you smiled, or maybe you heard a piece of music, or you had a memory, even if it's a tiny bit. Okay, Andy, too, I did it. Is it normal that Is it normal that the Brian lying it can be really annoying? I don't know what that means. I'm mental and I'm proud. Yeah, so I say out loud, I'm depressed and I'm proud. This too shall pass, never give up. Brian Janko says, sometimes I'm glad if I can get through the day 1 hour at a time. Absolutely, Brian, you're absolutely correct. 62 people watching right now at 19 after the hour. By the way, I got to leave a little early today. I have a coaching client calling me all the way from the East Coast at 1 p.m. So we'll probably end at 52 after the hour so I can get something to eat. Meditation helps me very much. Of course it does. Moby Zero, hi old. Yes, 1 hour at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time, sometimes 1 breath at a time. Wow, I hate to keep recommending my videos, but Brian, you should watch this video that talks about that. It's called How to Bear Unbearable Pain. So I want to hear from you guys. It's Christmas. I know not everybody gets into it, but for those of you who do, what is something you're looking forward to 3 days from now on Christmas or this week? What is something you're looking forward to doing this week? I want to hear that because when you look forward to something, it changes your brain chemistry. It's one of the techniques for overcoming depression is to plan things ahead of time that you look forward to. So let's hear. How to heal tardive dyskinesia? Well, probably by going off the medication that's causing it. You really should talk to your doctor about it, but it can be healed. I had it. I'm on Zoloft, not the medication I need. I'm hanging there because my family needs me. I refuse to live the life. I refuse not to live the life God, that wants me to. You know, Joel Osteen says, living the life that God, becoming the person God created you to be. Same idea. We all need to become the person that God created us to be. And if you don't believe in God or you're an atheist, then just say, I want to be the best possible person that I can be. We can all do it. We all have within us properties of inspiration, of creativity, of love, of genius. It's all there, ready to be unlocked. The cruelty of depression is that when you're depressed, you can't access any of that. But it hasn't gone away. Depression does not cause permanent brain damage. In 1996, I was sitting on the curb thinking to myself, I'm the shell of a person I once was. Will I ever get back my life? Guess what? A year and a half, I published my book. Where is it? When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop. By the way, I wish I was in Italy. If you send me your email address to here, I will send you a free copy of that ebook. douglasblock@gmail.com. Absolutely. People say online, depression group says that antidepressants are bad for your brain. Is this true? No. Nothing is true. That's black and white thinking. For some people, antidepressants are bad or they have bad reactions. Some people, they help. You cannot make a blanket statement about anything. That's called black and white thinking, so do not believe it. Now, that being said, antidepressants are not a cure-all. Sometimes to give moderate benefit, you shouldn't rely on them. You should do other things that I mentioned in this chart here. All these other things you can do to help your brain chemistry, but they do have a place, and there you have it. Do you wear the green shirt for every video? LOL. Yes, my videographer wants me to, but guess what? Next time I'm going to wear a blue shirt, just because you asked me to. Robert, send me an email. Tell me to wear a blue turtleneck for my next video. Thank you. The GLAAD video is a great video. Thank you, JD. Wow, you're here. I loved your recent video about GLAAD. I'm going to draw a poster with the letters and words. Put it where I see it first thing. Thanks. Well, you are on the stream, Lazy Eye Ranch, and it would not be a live stream without Suzanne from outside of Palm Springs. Your name is Derek. Well, Derek, that's a beautiful name. So thank you for being a faithful visitor and contributor. Now, someone just, it looks like they gave a TP. Andy T. You are welcome, Andy T. My pleasure. Look, there's a little birdie. Can everybody see that? Or am I the only one who can see a little bird or somebody, going like this and saying thank you after Andy T gave $10? My God, I mean, I'm going to go get myself a Starbucks mocha after the contributions we're getting today. Thank you, Andy. Again, anybody who gave over $10, email me, and I will send you a copy of this book, the thing I'm most proud of. One day, it's going to get reprinted, and all you guys are going to see it in the bookstores. I have no idea unless I Google it. Oh, you can cheat. I forgot what it was. I used to know it. It's like a Google to the 100th power. I think that's what it is. Chris Geiser saw the GLAAD video yesterday. Yep. And there's Robert Jenkson's putting out the acronym. Yes, I know, I got that. We heard that last time, Jason, about the librarian says that the paranoia book is behind you. The Wakened Wolf, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Susan. I love you, dear. Mobius, well, I'm glad to say I've come to terms with my North Korea issues and I've got a job. Well, that'll keep you busy. Ronnie Run Halogos, your tips have helped me so much. I'm still in part therapy, but without you, I would be unbelievably lost. Well, thank you, Ronnie. Thank you again, Jingle Bells. Alan Jones, I was prescribed Xanax a year ago. Just took last one this morning. Lately, things are getting very overwhelming, even the slightest thing. I don't want to take Zoloft or something like that. Well, you can overcome your overwhelmingness using cognitive therapy, but you should definitely, not give up on antidepressants. Talk to your doctor. You should definitely be seeing a psychiatrist and a therapist, Ellen, which I know you are because you're a very responsible person. But good luck on coping. I know you can do it. Rao Krimi, what is the correlation between gut health and anxiety and depression? Well, I did a video called You Want a Happy Brain, Create a Healthy Gut. Anxiety and depression are not the same thing. One is like having a lot of downers, the other is like having a lot of uppers. But they do come at the same time. 85% more likely to get depression if you have a high IQ. Is that right? Well, anxiety if you have IQ. Okay, so anxiety, high anxiety is, where'd you get that, Jason Cluo? If you have high anxiety, you have a high IQ. I don't believe it. Now, if you have depression, you have a high IQ. That I do believe. Okay, Brian, have you ever heard this before? Some told me that you can rearrange the list depression and get I pressed on. No, but that's fantastic. My goodness, I'm going to do a whole video on that. Oh my goodness, Brian Janko, you're amazing. I'm going to basically put that in my notes. All right, Bandis Mina Mina. Hold on, I got to go. What did Bandis mean? Is it normal that the brain lying? It can be really annoying. Yes, the brain does lie to you when you're depressed. The depression lies about the future. So what you're saying is that Depression is an anagram for I pressed on. That is amazing. Who told you that, Brian? You just made my friggin' weekend. Yes, wish I was an enemy. Bless you. I bless him also, and I wish I was an enemy. Susan Jones, I'm glad you liked it. We have an Ellen Jones and a Susan Jones. I know Susan Jones is from Virginia. I wonder where Ellen Jones is from. There's a new restaurant in town. It's called Karma. You get what you deserve. Now that's very funny. Man, oh man, Jason, where do you get these things? All right. I'm going to copy that one too. Okay, another joke from the live chatters. Hey, it's Christmas. It's time for Santa Claus. What is his favorite movie? A Nightmare on Elf Street. I got to take a lozenge, guys. 69 people, one more and we hit the magic mark of 70. Someone get your one of your relatives in here. G is for gratitude. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Jem, one of my favorite people of all time from the Great Britain, who's written so many nice things, comments. Even in all difficult time of year, yes, always is. Wishing everyone struggling out there all the best. Sending you all goodwill and peace in your hearts and mind and spirits. God bless you. What part of the UK are you from? And you'll get through it. Everybody should watch Alistair. There are two movies you should watch at Christmas time. One is called A Christmas Carol, starring Alistair Sim, a character actor from the UK. And the other, of course, is called It's a Wonderful Life, which I think should be playing in Portland as it does every year. My favorite all-time video with Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore, about what happens when you give without any expectation in return. He's definitely a Christ figure, Jimmy Stewart is. Bailey, what's his first name? Somebody Bailey. George Bailey. Anyway, how many people have seen It's a Wonderful Life, and how many people love that film? Okay. Time off, a warm meal, Star Wars. Nice. Oh, something to look forward to. For me, I'll ride my motorcycle in the forest. That's nice. Very nice. Going to Portland Zoo Lights with my brother. Do you live in the Portland area? Portland Zoo Lights is amazing. I look forward to peace and quiet. Taco looks like gave another $4.99 in Canada. Yep, that gut link to serotonin, depression, probiotics, and other supplements recommended. Catherine Golding, my therapist, has booked me in art classes. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Days off from work and relaxing at home. Been doing 60 hours a week. Well, you deserve a vacation. Depression feels like you have a brain damage through fog. Yes, right. You do have brain damage, but it's what's happening with depression is the circuits are not firing correctly. There is, especially in the hypothalamus, which is the base of the brain, it's messed up, which rules your sleeping, your eating, your sex drive, and your energy. It's biological. It's not mental. It's biological. It's physical. Anyway, when those circuits get, back in balance, you feel better. Taking some self-care, yes. Santa will be out on Christmas. I'm going to break into his house and steal his home entertainment center and silverware. By the way, for those of you who are Eddie Murphy fans, in America we have all these wonderful films about Mr. Rogers, and there's a new one called Welcome to My Neighborhood. Anyway, at the same time, Eddie Murphy comes out of retirement, goes on Saturday Night Live, and does another takeoff on Mr. Rogers. He calls him Mr. Robinson. Talks about a neighborhood where there's gentrification. It's absolutely hysterical. If you like it, Eddie Murphy has not lost any of his genius. All right, I'm looking forward to the new moon, the solar eclipse. You're absolutely right. Greya, sorry, do you follow astronomy? I'm an astrologer. Yes, we're having a solar eclipse. Oh yeah, there's Andy T's wonderful person bowing. 53 degrees old. After years of anxiety, Pony Girl, I've become agoraphobic and working on leaving the house a little bit at a time. But it's slow progress. Any advice? Yes, keep it up. Pony Girl, it's called exposures. Bit by bit, expose yourself to more And my advice is, you probably are doing this, but get under the care of a good psychologist/social worker who specializes in agoraphobia. It can be overcome. You're doing good work. Press on. Keep up the good work. All right. I don't know what you see it too, but probably the same thing. Are there any services, ways to see a therapist for those who can't afford insurance? Well, where do you live? Joshua, we have something here in Portland called Good Samaritan Ministries. It's a faith-based organization that sees people for free. We also have the William Temple House, $5 a shot. We have so many social services in Portland, Oregon that have low cost or no cost counseling. We are blessed. So where do you live? And also, you can go in depression chat groups and get therapy here, but no, there's no substitute for seeing one-on-one. So call up, your county mental health agency. Madeline Roy, having a good day. Depression wise, did an hour workout, practice singing, like to participate, been trying, can't get my comment picked up. Madge Roy, oh, you're the lady who's been writing me all these years, or recently. Well, good, you're a trooper. You're always being proactive. Susan Jones, last year at this time, I was extremely anxious and I'm feeling much better this year. It's such a blessing. Trusting God, getting support from therapy in this channel, Paxil, CR, also keeping busy. Man, this is it. You are following this, all these different things you can do. You see, Susan McDonald she is a role model for all of us. Why? She's not just taking Paxil CR, which is good controlled release, by the way, but she's getting inspiration from this channel. She's doing psychotherapy. She's basically following her faith. She's keeping busy. See, it takes more than a pill. It takes a whole constellation of things working together. It's a holistic approach. You must have a holistic approach. We're still at 69. Someone tell me when we hit 70. What? Did someone just donate $50? That's impossible. Oh, he already did it once. It came up again. Is that possible? He did it twice? Nah. Or did he? Wish I was in Italy? No, only once. Okay. Well, I was basically having a enjoy your mocha. Please never stop making videos. I survived and being suicidal because of you, Noah. Thank you. Noah's having a difficult time, by the way. Taga Putter. You should go look at his latest video and send him some good wishes. All right. 73 people, 72. We hit 70. Thank you very much. Congratulations, 50,000 subscribers. I'm sure we'll go to 100,000 pretty soon. It should be 1 million. Well, that's nice. It's not going to be in my lifetime unless the miracle happens, but stranger things have occurred. Thank you for your donation, Susan McDonald. How can we humans get more dopamine, says Bandits Mina? Well, dopamine is the pleasure chemical. Do things that are pleasurable. Take a walk, watch a sunset, play with your children, see a funny movie, drink some warm tea, have spaghetti and meatballs, have a chocolate candy bar. There's many different ways to stimulate the pleasure center in your brain besides cocaine. By the way, Sigmund Freud once wrote a paper that cocaine was the cure for depression. You can understand why, because of what it does to the mood. However, Sigmund Freud should have studied Isaac Newton before he wrote that paper, because Isaac Newton said something very interesting. What goes up must come down. But in all seriousness, Freud really did do a paper. He really thought he had found the cure for depression, which he did, temporarily. No shortcuts, boys and girls. No shortcuts. To heal from an illness, you have to do all these things. Medication, exercise, yoga, supplements, alternative therapies, family, friends, psychiatry, rabbi, minister, CBT, visualization, self-forgiveness, be kind to yourself, prayer, meditation, relaxation, pleasure, fulfilling work, setting goals, time in nature, structured routine, music therapy, stress management, relapse prevention, a day of rest, forgiveness, gratitude, ask for guidance, etc. All that stuff. No shortcuts. But it's 75 people. We just hit a record. Anyway, do you understand what I'm saying? You all know this, right? Depression is it affects you on many levels, and it must be treated on many levels. You need a multimodal approach. I'm going to write that right down. Many modes. Someone wrote about It's a Wonderful Life. I got to read that. What an amazing film. Where do I see it? Someone read it to me. Mobius says, Noah's been having a hard time staying sober. That's what's going on. Do you think most people truly suffering dysthymia, not necessarily depression? No, there are people suffering from both. It's easy to tell. Oh, of course Alan Watts is brilliant. I grew up on him. All right, so what was I going to write? Oh my goodness, I forgot. Oh, Rogan, Peterson, Shapiro are the only people I can listen to without getting bored. Well, of course. Norm, he's amazing, Jordan Peterson. Okay, so what was I going to write? Hold on. Oh, yes. Here it is. You need a multi-modal. I can't type, everybody, right now. Help. Okay, you need a multimodal approach to heal from depression. That's it. Okay, so here it is. Here's my secret after 52 years of dealing with this thing. Do you have a cutoff time for coffee or a limit per day? Yes, I just drink about 1.5 cups a day. I don't do things in extreme. That's probably why I'm not a drug addict. But Balzac did 20 cups, and look at all the novels he wrote. Stephen Dunnett, you will get better, trust me, absolutely not. Okay, so what are we going to go to? We've missed some. Let's go back to where I missed. Jason Clueless, you're really helping me feel better, says Susan Jones. DPDR, yes. DPDR is very difficult. I'm not a number, I'm a man. That's funny. Gem, Land's End, where we live in Cornwall. I got to visit you. I've heard nice things about Cornwall. All right. It's a Wonderful Life is on Amazon Prime. Hoping my internet speed gets enough to run. I have Amazon Prime. Lazy Eye Ranch, you've saved my butt. I can watch it later on with Joan. That would be a wonderful thing to do. I have seen that a friggin' 100 times and I still don't get tired of it. LSD studies, Jason Clulin, what are we referring to? I thought they were doing studies with mushrooms, not LSD. All right. Nella fell off the wagon is overwhelmed, but he's such a sweetheart. Of course he's a sweetheart. I know the guy. He lives like a couple of miles from me. The guy from Canada. Lisa, nice to hear from you. What are you doing for Christmas? I've been very sick lately, been very depressed. Hope I make it through the holidays. Pray for me. Yes. And Stephen, I want you to call this number when you get off this live chat. You're going to feel immediately better. I promise you. 1. How many people have used this? Please tell me. I give money to them every month because they deserve it. Live chatters, tell me how many of you have called Silent Unity. Stephen, as soon as you're done, I want you to call this number. They're going to put you in their prayer chapel and hold you in consciousness, hold you in life for 30 days. So, you will really, 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 really feel better after you ask Silent Unity to pray for me. You will get through this. You always can get through it. If you just hang on long enough and don't give up, you will get through it. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I've been on the edge of the abyss 5 times, 5 breakdowns, 5 hospitalizations, and I'm still here at the age of 70, period. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I've been very, very lucky, but I've also been very, very persevering. Taco Platter says something very profound. I believe what helped a lot was I dropped all the processed sugar from my diet and it brought the inflammation down in my brain. Do you mean to tell me, Taco Platter, that I have to cut my diet from eating 3 Cherry Garcias a day to 2 and to 1? No, I can't do that. Cherry Garcia is by the way, Ben & Jerry's brand of delicious cherry ice cream. And no, I don't eat 3 Cherry Garcias a day like I used to. Why? Because I have chronic inflammation in my legs called cellulitis, so I can't afford to eat sugar anymore. But those were the days. Is mushrooms good for depression? Well, do you like shiitake mussels? Do you like chanterelle? Or do you like butt mussels or cremini? Which mushrooms are you talking about? I think he means psychedelic mushrooms. And they are testing it in the Federal Food and Drug Administration, FDA. They're testing to see if it is. Some people claim it helps. Some people it doesn't. It's like everything else. Can you see how it's easy to determine which you're suffering from dysthymia or depression? Yeah. Go to a psychologist. The bottom line is this. Dysthymia is long-term chronic kind of depression, but it doesn't disable. It's like you're in the gray zone. It's like you're in Oregon. The skies are gray. You kind of feel down, like you're the donkey in Winnie the Pooh, but you can function. Major depression, on the other hand, is you're incapacitated, no pleasure. You withdraw from people. You stop eating. You stop sleeping. You have thoughts of harming yourself. It's a horrible thing. So there's a huge difference. And if you're wondering, you can either look at my 2 videos called Are You Depressed and Dysthymia Living in the Gray Zone, or better yet, go to a mental health professional and talk to them. Okay, what is the next question? Do you have a cutoff time for? Yes, we already answered that. Okay, yes, Alan Watts is a wonderful person. I almost met him. Diet isn't everything, but it's a huge part. Yes, it is. There's nothing that's everything. I weaned off Wellbutrin 300 milligrams and Lexapro 20 milligrams within a month, and it has been 3 months since then. My anxiety is the worst. What is your advice? Well, you weaned them off too quickly. That's my advice. It's too late to, you got to go off antidepressants very slowly. I don't know. You got to talk to your psychiatrist and see what to do. Maybe, maybe you can get some short-term medication for your anxiety. But again, you got to wean off these drugs very, very, very slowly. So talk to your doctor. If God created everything, why did he create the devil? Sorry for so many quotations. Well, because we live on a dualistic planet, yin and yang, light and dark, hot and cold, good and evil. It's just the way the earth plane is. But I do believe that even though God and devil are polar opposites, I think God is all-encompassing, and what is all-encompassing can actually have no opposite. That's what the Course in Miracles says. Anyone read the Course in Miracles? Nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. I love that quotation. Last time I'm going to suicide my job, should I expect to feel depressed? Of course you should. You're going through a situational depression. I'm really sorry about your mother. What a trauma that is. I'm writing a book on that subject, which I'm hoping will save lives. So what you need to do, Rick M., is go see a therapist, psychologist, and your minister, priest, rabbi. Get some help. Get some counseling. You can go through this. You're going through a tremendous grief reaction. Of course, you're supposed to be feel depressed. Loss is the #1 cause of depression, but it doesn't have to be forever, and it won't be forever. Mobius, you're getting a little bit obsessive now. Anyway, I hope they answered your question. All right, Silent Unity. Merry Christmas, virtuous woman. God, good to see you. I love the old timers. Every day you wake up is a chance for a new start. Jason, very positive. Is my leg better? Yes, it's 80% better. I'm starting prophylactic antibiotics, amoxicillin twice a day. I'm going to be on antibiotics for the rest of my life. Isn't that a depressing thought? But maybe not, because maybe you will help me. I've had 24 bouts of cellulitis in 24 years. 3 have put me in the hospital. I'm getting older. My immune system is not what it used to be. I can't afford to keep getting sick, so that's why I'm taking these antibiotics long term. You love Silent Unity. Well, good for you, Judy Gus. Now you're in Grand Pass, aren't you? I'm going on a carnivore diet soon for my sleep apnea. Well, good luck. Let me know how it works. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all. Thank you, Chris Geyser. I used a joke from Chris Geyser. Which one was it? The one about the moon or one about the kleptomaniacs? Anyway, he wrote me and said, thank you for using my joke on your last video. All right, Jason, be kind to yourself. There is a person there who loves you so much, 73 people. Jim, dear Douglas, oh yeah, we already had this. Yes, go back to your doctor. Okay, Nisha Susan, no, I didn't mean to be dismissive. No, I'm sorry you're having those withdrawal symptoms, but you can definitely work through them. Acupuncture also helps. Nisha Susan, I'm so depressed. I have issues with all the people I meet. I don't know why, and I feel like they're all using me. I always feel like the victim. Don't have anyone. Please help me. What to do? Nisha, you need to find a good therapist and find out what is the cause of your feeling like you're a victim and people are taking advantage of you. Something in your own brain is causing this, and you need to get to the root of it. So yeah, professional help. Something I can always recommend is professional help. All right, by the way, good luck. Rick, you should call Silent Unity also and get some prayer support, really. When you're going through dark times, remind yourself of this. You're a beautiful human. Of course, Frank. Yes, my deepest condolences for both losses. Thank you, little guy. You're a mensch. A horrible thing to have happen. But, you know, I do believe that God is close to the brokenhearted. And I also believe that what, you know, doesn't kill us makes us stronger. So the worst tragedy of my life have been the times of my greatest growth. And I'm sure a lot of you can say the same thing. Well, 18% left on my computer, 45 minutes and 38 seconds. I will be leaving you in 7 minutes. I really appreciate the Christmas generosity of all those who have contributed. But if you haven't, don't feel guilty. Anyway, no, seriously, thank you for your generosity. I do this because I love it. Oh, the restaurant, the moon pun. Well, thank you, Chris. Send me another one. I'll use it. Thank you. I will get well. Thank you, Joiners Family TV. All right. The person who looks back at you in the mirror needs you. God, Jason, I just love you. Are you a counselor? You have such great, compassionate advice. Let's clap. Let's clap for Jason Klula in the UK. Not only does he tell really bad jokes, but he has really good heart and tremendously good advice. So whatever you do for a living, you could have become a counselor. You'll have one for me next week. Thank you, Chris. Mobius Zero says something like positive. I feel so good about having this job here. It's so nice to actually be a productive person for once. Psychologist, psychiatrist, either one. Psychiatrist prescribes medication. Psychologist does counseling, as does a social worker, as does an LPC. What a lovely bunch of people in this chat. Yes, little guy, and you are definitely one of them. Hey, we're all clapping for Jason. Everybody should be clapped for. All you guys, Chris, all the regulars, Taga, everybody was here. Sana Ismail. Did I suffer from depersonalization during the rest of the episode? No, thank Goddess. Did I feel detached from myself in reality? No, but living dead, that's it. Noah Thomas has made some good videos in the past. Go to his channel, even though he's having a hard time. And he has made some really good videos on depersonalization, as have other people. But no, that's one thing I've been spared. Do folks in the UK find docs more likely to prescribe drugs and refer you to counseling, says a psychologist? I don't know. I'm not in the UK. We've got this people. It's our time. Yes. Well, we should all. Well, you know, we should honor everybody every week. We should have one person. Remember Queen for a Day? No, you don't. That was a bad American TV show. Anyway, Lazy Eye Ranch. Maybe next week it's your turn. I mean, everybody. Every week we should honor a person for being brave. Because you know what? You know what? You know who? Remember Christopher Reeve, who played Suicide? Who played Suicide? What the hell is that about? What are you thinking about, Douglas? Who played Superman? Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. Remember, he was paralyzed when that riding accident, and when someone asked him what a hero was, he said, well, before the riding accident, when I broke my neck and was paralyzed, I believe that a hero was somebody like, you know, someone who rushes into the battle and, you know, and saves a life, or someone who's larger than life, like, you know, Harry Houdini, the magician. But now I realize that a true hero is someone who perseveres and keeps on keeping on in spite of overwhelming obstacles. I'll say it again. A true hero is someone who continues to move forward in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Everybody who is on this chat, all 75 of you, now all 56 of you, are heroes, because this is a very, very powerful disease, illness, condition you have, and you're still hanging in there and working to overcome it. So therefore, you're all heroes, in my opinion. Noah Thomas is Big No-No. Yes, it is. Same thing. Big No-No is the channel. Noah Thomas is the person. All right. Claps and snaps for everyone's bravery and strength. Thank you, Susan McDonald from Virginia. I hold out my hand to anyone who needs it. Jason, you're a healer, as everybody at Joiners Family TV. Thank you. Wow. How do you guys get all those emojis? I need someone to come over here and teach me how to use those emojis. All right. Well, thank you again for this wonderful live chat. Wonderful Life is on Amazon Prime free. Thank you for letting me know. Hey guys, anybody who has Amazon Prime, I want you to watch this movie between now and next Sunday the 29th, and I want you to report back to me how much you loved it. Please, I don't want to be the only person on this live chat who's watched this movie. Moby is so true. I was making myself crazy watching hours of political strife. I'm spending more time listening to music and singing. I'm not any good, so I sing comedy songs, so it doesn't matter. Well, that's good. See, you don't want to overwhelm yourself with the news because it's so negative. Take some time nurturing yourself, feeding your mind something positive, inspirational, like coming onto this live chat. Moby Zero, thank you, Doug, for everything you do. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. What a nice way to end this live chat. Well, Martin Olben, hi, agitated depression. I had it over 3 years. It looks like, well, thank you, little guy from Canada. Happy holidays to you, too. Looks like a moderate depression with a serious case of anxiety with leg shaking, need to pace back. I had the same thing. You can get through this. Thank you, Sana. Appreciate your help. Mr. Paddle Power, nice to have a good time yourself. So Martin Olben, go see a counselor, therapist, psychologist. You can go through this. And something is happening on my phone. You did it. You've earned another hour towards your stand goal. No, that's impossible. I've been sitting. Apple Watches have something to learn. All right, so everybody have a Merry Christmas, a Merry Christmas Eve, a Merry Christmas Day. Watch It's a Wonderful Life. We'll see you on the 29th, and then it's 2020. Oh my God, how depressing is that, right? I remember reading years ago in the 1990s, they say by 2020, depression will become the #1 disabling condition in the world. It's 2020. In 9 days, 10 days, what are we going to do? Keep pressing on. Remember, depression means I pressed on. Wow, you got ECT and it helped you? Yeah. Well, Martin Olben, people usually do maintenance ECT. ECT helped me too, but normally you do it once a month. Talk to your doctor who gave you ECT. Ask about maintenance. That's what normally happens. Anyway, happy Christmas to you all. Be safe. Merry Christmas. It's a time of year. Should I get more ECT? He says, or is my brain damaged? No, 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 no. You're not damaged. Go talk to your doctor, Martin. Ask him about maintenance ECT. If it helped before, it can help again. All right. Yeah, there are bullies out there, but guess what? There's a lot of love also. So, everybody have a great week. I'll see you on Sunday. Please, if you haven't watched my video, How I Can Be Glad and Why I'm Glad and So Are You, it talks about that wonderful, so how you can be too. It talks about the wonderful GLAAD, gratitude, accomplishment, learning, and delight. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. You'll have 10 more minutes on this live chat even after I sign off. Keep supporting each other.